What's going on? What's going on? What? I don't understand what's going on here.
Give me a break, give me a break.
I don't understand what's going on here.
Give me a break, give me a break.
All right.
What's going on? What's going on? What? I don't understand. I don't understand.
All right, so we'll get started in about a minute here. Got everything set up on the background, and yeah, we're doing Spider-Man 2 for the GameCube.
Understand what's going on here.
Oh, I have to do this. Oh no, actually the song's coming into it. I was gonna say I have to do this thing where I force close the song, unfortunately. Ah, the other video's doing that too. Shoot. Well, this is what you get instead. And we're gonna transition here too. So I played this, I think originally for the Xbox. It had an Xbox release for this, right? And the one thing that I went back to review it a little bit to make sure everything ran alright, and that it would corrupt alright. And the one thing I instantly brought me back was the narrator, because the narrator has such a personality in this. Yeah, they had a Spider-Man 2 for the Xbox, so that's why I originally played it on. I love the original Xbox, and I played a lot of the games on there. Unfortunately, you can't corrupt the original Xbox too easily. I did some minor corruptions here and there, and I got a little bit of it going, but nothing I was too happy with, or nothing to stream at least. Anyways, we're gonna get going. So I went ahead and did some preliminary checkpoints here and there that I'd like to begin corrupting at. One of which is actually the one we're currently looking at right at the very beginning with the Statue of Liberty. We have a couple other ones here and there with the cinematics. I'm gonna pause that. It keeps getting faster. It's making me talk faster. Let me actually go through what I have. So let me play the emulation here. So there's this scene. I love that narrator. And this is actually where I did my preliminary testing mostly, was in the scene, because you're actually already in the gameplay and you can do model corruptions And if there are going to be sound corruptions, they exist here, of anywhere. The other locations I did were... Where were they? Another cinematic. This one didn't corrupt very well. Since this is pre-recorded, that's to be expected. But the corruptions that were interesting after the fact, like after the cinematic ended, or if the cinematic itself was corrupted, it would skip the cinematic altogether and you'd see the gameplay after that. Those are kind of interesting, but I wouldn't want to use this as a save state unless specifically the cinematic was being corrupted. The last one I got here... Actually, that's all of them. So I was going to make another save state after all this. Yeah. So I'm going to make a save state here, actually, and I think this is... Well, after this. Well, then do it. Alright. So there's a save state right when we're in gameplay, and we can just kind of take off if we need to. The thing I loved about this game is it just feels so good to swing around.
Jump off your web line while you're swinging. Your momentum will carry you forward.
Anyway. So I'm going to target that fourth save state, the one where we're actually in gameplay. We're kind of out of the tutorial mode already. It's kind of guiding us a little bit through the rest of it, but... So what are you doing, Spider-Man? What are you doing there? We're able to mostly free roam. We can't go too far, but you know. So I'm going to target that within the Windows Glitch Harvester now. Oh, that's right, before I do that. So... Alright, pause this here. One of my favorite corruptions that I had in my preliminary, I actually already named it. It was on the stockpile, I guess I might have accidentally deleted it because I hit target dolphin, but that's right, we got it right here. It was this one right here. Ooh, it's Spider-Man. Look at that.
You're not much of a wall crawler if you can't, you know, stick to walls.
So, I'm going to keep that right there for us. Alright, so now I'm going to target that fourth save state within the Windows Glitch Harvester. If there was anything in the stash history or the stockpile manager, that would be cleared. I would like to do a pull request on the Windows Glitch Harvester to do a warning for that. Like when you are about to target a different save state, it should warn you that the stockpile is about to be cleared and deleted. Unfortunately, it's written in C#, and I don't know any C#. I know C++ and Python. So no go on that. But we're going to begin corrupting here. To do a small explanation of all these like little dials and knobs that I have, not a lot of them. The intensity slider is just how large of a corruption you'd like to produce. Just think about how many memory writes you'd like to throw at the ROM, or like how many... Just how big the corruption is, really. That's the most basic explanation I got for you. Starting address is how far in the ROM you'd like to corrupt, so you can either corrupt at the very end of it, where there might be garbage data. Sorry, staring at Spider-Man. Did he stretch his leg out? He did. He's doing a hip thing. Either corrupt at the very end of the ROM or at the very beginning. Usually you don't want to corrupt exactly at the beginning because you could risk crashing the emulator, which I ran into. You want to go a little bit past that. What's going on? I'm gonna have trouble pronouncing your name, man. Can I call you N? What's going on, man? How you doing? And yeah, we got a little bit of a hip thing going on there. Can we punch? Yeah, we can. His knee goes into the punch. Anyway, so we're gonna go a little bit past that starting address. And yeah, we'll start corrupting here. So, first corruption of the evening. We'll see if we get anything good off the bat. I was noticing a lot of model corruptions while I was going through this. Call you Nos or Nose? Oh, now I'm gonna have trouble pronouncing those two. I'll call you Nos. Like the car boosting stuff. So I noticed a lot of like little stretchies off of Spider-Man. Shadows are actually kind of messed up here too. As a first one though, we're not going to keep this one. We're going to keep moving on, and we're going to keep blasting the ROM until we find something that we like looking at. Oh, it rhymes with Moss. Nos. Got it. I was going to say Mose. Cool. Here's a good one I'd like to keep. So... Oh no, you can say that again. So he's kind of stuck where you would be swinging and you have, I guess, two webs out? Oh, there's so much wrong with this. Are his arms... his arms are stretching. Oh, man. There's a lot of good stuff in this. Oh, no. So let's sanitize this a bit. What we do when we sanitize a corruption is we just open this in our blast editor. Oh, I need to move this guy away. Let's make that disappear. The blast editor is just sanitizing the corruption. It's removing unnecessary memory writes that you don't need on the corruption. So we're just gonna do that a couple times, make it a little bit cleaner. We'll just make it look... Wow, I like the stretchy arms though. Let's try to keep that. We're gonna hear that oh no a lot too. Unless I'm fast with this. You know, I like the one really long stretchy arm too. That one there. Look at that. You could clone slide people with it. Let's send that to our stash. We'll save this one for later because I think does this look good when you swing? Kinda. It's a little zoomed out, but yeah. The other half is... I want to get his feet up in the air though. That's what I'm saving. This one here. This is how large the blast layer is, or how many memory writes you have up at the top right here. We have 129 right now. And every time I'm hitting this remove by 50%, it's just removing 50% of the memory writes. And we're probably going to end up with just one at the very end, which is a very nice, clean corruption that you can send to someone and let them play it. Alright, there we go. There's a single memory write. We're going to throw that on our stash. Close down the blast editor, and now we can take a look at this kind of close up.
Oh no, Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught up in what I was doing, I forgot all about
This is so ridiculous. Imagine this intimidating guy walking up at you. Even his shadow is missing its legs. Oh man. Oh, there they are. Oh, there's a lot wrong with the camera too. It really is so unutilized, and yet that's how you get like your individual components. It's so important to have those down. I like the landing here. Oh man. Alright, let's save this one. It's in our stash history right now. We throw it on the stockpile. For the time being, I like doing sort of hybrid corruptions, so I'll do a bunch of individual components and then throw them together for more complex effects. So we'll just do this with, I don't know. I can't spell paraplegic, so I'll say no legs. It is kind of a lazy read, isn't it? Just sound bored when you read this voice line. Oh man, that's a nice one. Reroll that. Got some city street corruptions there. Not sure if I want to keep any of those though. We're gonna clear out our history and blast it again. A little bit of a map mess up. Oh, and crash. Oh! Spider-Man's bit of a ballet dancer. Stretchy boys. You know, that's actually a perfect name for what these things are. I never really had a name for like when appendages go off in different directions and they stretch to infinity. Stretchy boys is a good name for it. Oh, I forgot to re-roll his leg corruption. Let me do that too in a moment. Once we get this one down. Alright, 5 memory writes, and 2, and 1. Alright. Send it to the stash. We'll call it Spidey the Ballet Dancer.
Dr. Connor's class.
Doesn't like that one too much.
What I was doing, I forgot all about it. It's gonna kill me.
It's okay if he swings, but as soon as he gets on the ground, nah, it's just kind of stuck up in him. Oh, Spidey, no. That's awful. Jesus. Alright, moving on. Let's reroll that one. Should be a... Oh. Does he have one really weak leg? Is that what that is?
Dr. Connor's
No, I think
class.
it's just a camera angle. Never
I
mind.
got so caught up in what I was doing.
It's just dangling.
Oh no, Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught up in what I was doing.
You know, expression, you know, having your own head up someone's ass, or having it up, I guess, your own ass. He does that with his feet. And he stands perfectly picturesque while doing that. Oh, shoot. That scared me a little bit. I love that sound notification. Thank you. Now I gotta pronounce your name again. It is... Rhymes with Moss. Nos. Thank you, Nos. I appreciate the follow. I'm gonna write that down somewhere so it's more easy to see. Rhymes with Moss. Reminds me of, have you ever seen the IT Crowd? Love that show. They have Moss in there. Alright. It's not like this one, but I think I like the ballet dancer the best one, and then we can just roll it from there.
Oh no, Dr. Connor's class.
Naslu.
I got so caught up in what I was doing, I forgot all about it.
Naslu.
It's gonna kill me.
Naslu. One syllable at a time, I'll get it eventually. Alright, let's re-roll also, no legs.
Oh no, Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught up in what I was doing.
It kind of looks like he's...
It's gonna kill me.
It's Wilson backwards? Oh, it is Wilson backwards. That's pretty cool, okay. Well, I almost just want to call you Wilson then. To Infinity and Beyond. He almost looks like he's like getting ready for like a very specific type of prayer, or like he's a he's a monk or something. He has, you know, his cross-legged floating in the air. I kind of like that one. Let's do. I'll name it To Infinity and Beyond. That's a good one. And reroll.
Oh no, Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught up.
I never thought I'd be jealous of Spider-Man's flexibility, but look at that. I mean, come on. I don't even know how he got in that position. Got his arm locked in there. Man. Stretchy. Flexibility? I hope that's how you spell. Oh, these guys are all associate, aren't they? Whoops. Yes, they are. We gotta remove those. And re-roll them. Flexi boy. This one. Oh, we also have thick legs.
Oh no, Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught up in what I was doing.
How did this even come from that? You why does it adjust the sides? Oh. This is just the corruptions they keep giving. This is only our second one. Alright, we'll call it, you know, big feet. So sometimes I have trouble where I have to remove the association to the previous corruption. I have to open this one in the blast editor and send this one to the stash. And now with that new one without the association, throw that on the stockpile. And we'll call this big feet.
Oh no, Dr. Connor's class. I got
Know
so
what they
caught up
say
in what I was doing, I forgot all about it.
about big feet.
It's gonna kill me.
Is what we're gonna put for that one.
Oh no.
Big torsos.
Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught up
What
in
is
I was
that?
doing, I
Is that his
forgot all about
midsection? What is that?
it. It's gonna kill me.
Some shape is there.
Oh no, Dr. Connor's class.
You know that this is
I forgot all about it. It's
well,
gonna
no, Tumblr's SFW now. I was gonna say there's a Tumblr for this somewhere. You know there is. Oh, everything's okay. Oh no, never mind. There's tiny feet again. Span leg. Is that a Joel reference there?
Oh no. Oh no. Dr. Connor's class. I got so
Maybe.
caught up in what I was doing, I forgot all about it.
A little bit of Bonzi there. Spider-Man looks like those, like... Aren't there people that, like, fit in suitcases? Like, that was a thing for some time. Like, let me see. People fit in suitcase. No. Like, there was some magic act, I think, or something like that, where, like, someone can dislocate their feet and fit into a suitcase. That reminds me of this. Looks like how tiny his feet are, too. We'll keep just one more. We'll call it tiny, dislocated feet. And we'll move on. Contortionist, that's the word. Thank you. I was like, there's no way that their only profession is, you know, dislocating their legs and putting themselves in suitcases. There has to be some kind of other job there. Alright, let's do a fresh corruption. A little bit of audio missing there. Ooh. Ooh! I don't think we have too many people in the audience, but if you are sensitive to flashing lights, forewarning, we have a lot of flashing lights on screen. This is the first one we've had this stream so far. We're gonna have it for the rest of the stream, guaranteed. So if you're sensitive to that type of material, forewarning. Moving on though, I like this like position he's in. Can we keep that? Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh.
Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught up in what
It's
I
like
was
he
doing,
gets
I forgot
pulled
all
away in
about it.
chunks.
It's gonna kill me.
Ugh. What's the other half of this? Anything? Oh, that's what I want to keep. Oh, lots of flashing. Yeah, this should be given for corruptions. I'm streaming to the category retro because occasionally I do older games. Usually I don't do too much GameCube. Oh, the GameCube corruptions are awesome. So for that, I usually forewarn people. But if I'm streaming to the corruptions category, which isn't that popular, sadly, there's only I think 2,000 followers in that, whereas retro is 16,000 or something like that. I forewarn people in retro just in case they're browsing. And I don't know if I keep this or not. Oh, since he's T-posing, I kind of want to keep it.
Connor's class.
Yeah, let's keep it.
I got so caught up in what I was doing, I forgot all about it.
Free falling indefinitely.
Oh no. Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught up in what I was doing, I forgot all about it. It's gonna kill me.
That's not free falling. At what point in the song do they sing free falling? This is a 4-minute video.
Oh no.
There we go.
Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught.
Okay. 16 left, and 8 left, and 4 left. 2 left. I'm a little slow at sanitizing, but there we go. 1 minute right. Throw it on the stockpile, we'll call it. Oop, I should have grabbed it. Free falling.
Oh no. Dr. Connor's class.
Alright.
I got so caught up.
And we can't jump actually, so you're kind of stuck here until you fall off the edge. Yeah. Oh, now you're still stuck. Ooh. Kind of a cool effect when you swing. Turn the world upside down.
I believe I got washed all the way over here.
Yeah, neither can I. Everything's okay. As soon as you fall in the water, that resets you. Alright. Anything we want to throw together yet? Not particularly. These two I'd be interested in seeing together. Ballet and Bigfoot? Nothing much. Alright.
Oh no.
Fresh corruption. From the top. Oh no, more names. I'm bad at names. I've been trying to go by a new alias. My middle name is
Forgot all about it. It's gonna kill me.
Charlock. Oh, cool. Okay. Thank you for the pronunciation guide. Rather than my last name backwards. Twitch doesn't seem to want me to change my username though, so I don't know. Yeah, they actually... I forget how hard it was to change the username. I think, what was it? Like, the channel name is easy to change, but the actual username is very hard to change. So, like, if you establish a channel, I don't know if you have to establish one first. But, yeah, it's good to have your own alias, you know, that's independent, even if it's independent of your own name or anything like that. Like I don't want an identifier to my real name. But, yeah, good luck with that. Hopefully it's easy to change in one way or another. I haven't gone too much into that. Once I established, you know, the name I wanted to do, I created accounts for all that and moved from there. But I didn't have that much of a presence on Twitch when I started. Blast target. Some lighting effects. Ooh, some fun back stuff. Let's keep that. Oh, it's your middle name, but it's cooler than your first or last. Hey, whatever works though, right? Oh, there's two I want to keep here though. I want to keep that back one, and I want to keep this other half. I want to keep that leg corruption, because I know that's going to be good. Let's say it has the leg one for now. Ooh, maybe not though. That might be a little harder than I thought. Maybe. Like my enthusiasm? Hey, I appreciate it, man. I just got off work, so I'm actually surprised I'm a little enthusiastic.
Oh no.
But I appreciate it. I love doing this. Like, this is why I imagine I'm enthusiastic. I love seeing corruptions. And this is one of my childhood favorites. I mean, Spider-Man for the Xbox is one I used to play. A lot of fun. So I love doing that. My favorite stuff is, like, I do Harvest Moon corruptions. I love Harvest Moon, so anytime I do that, I get a little giddy about the corruptions I get. And then whenever someone's, you know, here to talk, it's always awesome. Usually there's not too many people talking in chat, so I enjoy that. So thank you for stopping by, I appreciate it. And for the follow. Thank you for the follow.
Oh no.
Alright, almost there. One left. There we go. Throw it on the stash. And we got Stanky Leg. Spidey.
Oh no. Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught up in what I was doing.
And I want to reroll that one. I want a really, like, kind of thin leg. Oh no.
Oh no. Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught up in what I was
Oh,
doing.
we're gonna have some broken legs. Some real bad broken legs. That's not so bad. Or that's just like a flag. You could just more clotheslining people.
Connor's class.
That's an asset more than anything. I want one of these ones though. I want a good broken one.
Oh no.
God.
Oh no. Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught
Spider-Man got the, you know, the abilities. He can walk on walls and stuff, but he also got tumors. I don't know if he's so happy with that. Still a little too far. I want like a minor one, if I can. It's too bad with the Vector engine you can't adjust these values. I really wish I could. With Nightmare engine I can. I like this one. Let's keep this.
caught up in what I was doing. I forgot all about
It's not as intense as the other one we have, so we can just remove that one. It's a little subtle one. There we go. And that other one I want to keep, it's that back corruption. Let's see if we can find that one. It's after all these rerolls. There it is. He's got the ick on his back. Lots of crashes. I'm hoping that's not associated. Nope, doesn't look like it. With the actual corruption itself. Yep, there we go. Now we're running. And 16. And... whoop. 4 and 2 and 1. There we go. On the stash. And I'm gonna take a look at this one.
Oh no. Dr. Connor.
It's like a really disgusting cape. Because it's made of his chest. We'll keep this one. I also want to reroll it, but we'll call it chest cape. How about, we'll make it weirder. Chest hair cape. Is chest hair one word? I feel like it might be. Chest hair. No, that's two words. Alright. And let's reroll. We can get less subtle. Oh, it just looks bad.
Oh no. Dr. Connor's class.
Yeah, no heroes complete. That's probably what he thought when he had it, but it just looks bad. Look at that really messed up Spidey symbol. He has like a concave back. Oh my god. Oh, and his chest! He looks like a 20-year-old man stuck in a 40-year-old's body. 40, 50, 55. No, that's all it's just as anyone. We'll call this, I just like concave back. Oh, got a little pyramid head. That's neat.
Oh no. Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught up in what I was doing.
Oh, it's like a giraffe. Scoliosis up the wazoo. Oh man. Now this, if this was the hero of the city, this would frighten me. No one would do crime if they saw this thing running after him. The pillar of justice. Alright. Reroll. More capes. Oh.
Oh no.
Spidey's got a Pope hat.
I got so caught up in what I was
Pope
doing,
hat.
I forgot all about it. It's gonna kill me.
I guess that's more pyramid heady than anything, but it also reminds me of a Pope hat. Reroll. No, it looks like his pants are actually just falling off. Oh.
Oh no.
That's swan dive.
I got so caught up in Oh no.
Okay, nothing there. Pyramid, back falling off, scoliosis, weird goo. Okay, I think we got the gist of it there. Let's go and do a fresh one. We haven't messed with either the intensity or the starting address. Look like a fool with your pants in the ground? Shh. He's got to be like the thugs on the street. That's how he relates to them. This is the man of a cold-blooded killer. This is the face of him. Oh man, it moves with his punches. It swings. Alright, we haven't messed with the starting address or the intensity yet, we've just kept those alone. Even though we've been getting really good results, I just want to mess around with it a little bit. We're at 350,000. We can go a little bit closer to 0. 200,000. Oh, that's just a mess. That's just a big old mess is what that is. Let's clean that up a bit. I like the leg there. It crashed, but I like that leg. I want to keep that. There's something about it. Trying to get a good look at it. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Look at that. That is some angular ankle. Oh. I'm disturbed and intrigued at the same time. It's like a car wreck. You see police cars all around. You slow down a little bit. You're like, I don't want to look, but you also kind of want to look because you're like, I got stuck for 5 minutes or 10 minutes and you gotta figure out why. That's corrupt. Oh
no, Dr. Connor's class.
Ankle?
Caught up in what I was doing, I forgot all about it.
I like the play on words. That was very good. He's got like a true spider's leg.
Dr. Connor's class.
Now, okay, bear with me. Imagine 6 of those legs. surrounding him and then just running at you like that. I can't even bear to begin to imagine what that would look like. Can you even be a hero if you look like that? Do people just look at you in disgust and don't let you save them? Yeah, I did not expect these nice model corruptions when I started. These are just fantastic is what they are. Alright, setting to stash. And throwing on the stockpile. And we'll call it... Actually, I like that name. We'll go... however you pronounce this, but... ankle. If we had notes, like the real-time corruptor, I'd put notes, you know, referencing the naming rights to you, but I don't have, unfortunately, any notes for these. Oh yeah, I would absolutely rather just get mugged. If I was a villain knowing that that guy was coming after me, I would turn myself in immediately. Go straight to the police like office, turn myself in. Oh, just to bear not seeing him. What would the children think of when that's their hero? Oh, his ankle is now taller than him.
Oh no, Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught up in what I was doing.
What do you think when they say, how tall are you? Do you think they weigh off the top of his head or the top of his ankle? God. I wonder if there's gonna be like a really subtle break. I mean, that's kind of a subtle break, but I think it goes,
Oh no.
yeah, down beneath.
Connor's class.
Yeah, I think we have one good broken one.
Oh no, Dr. Connor's
Alright,
class.
clearing history,
I got so
starting fresh. Got our arms. Look like we're in a straitjacket from space.
Dr. Connor's class. I
Oh,
got so caught up in what I was doing, I forgot all about it.
it looks just like a pill bottle. Oh, and all these little fractals flying around. Let's get a good look at ourselves swinging. We're just a torso.
Jump off your web line while you're swinging.
Nitro Colors, thank you. What would the children do to be like their hero if he looked like that? That's an extremely good question too. Oh, what would they do? Like imagine the fucked up drawings they would make, stuff like that. Is this starting the lightning? Is it this? I don't know what this is. New York gives people seizures. Do we keep this one? I don't know. If we could just get the torso, or like that kind of midsection mess up. I don't know how we test that though. Guess we gotta fall. Yeah, okay. I don't know if it's that interesting on its own though. Because that kind of snaps back, which I don't like. Nah, I'm gonna move on. Let's do a fresh one. I'm sure there's much better ones out there. I like the lighting and I almost want to keep that too, but I want to get more model ones. How does he roll when he hits the ground? Oh, did I save that one? Or did I delete that? Oh, let's see. Here we go.
Oh no, Dr. Connor's class.
He just becomes an actual ball and rolls with the momentum. He's gonna bruise a lot. Like, think about the bruises. Jesus. Or he's like a spider, you know, you can fall from a Empire State Building while you get hurt. Right? Or at least that's how he reasons it. Lots of fractals here. Oh, that's our skin! There's a little bit of skin right there. Just gonna... I don't really think I can screenshot this one too. So we'll move on. Oh, that's kind of pretty. I like kaleidoscope effects like this.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Connor's class. I got so caught up in what I was doing, I forgot all about
Very
it.
neat. Works of art. Let's try rerolling. Oh, some like cross sections here. In case you're wondering what the midsection of Spider-Man looked like, it's just more garbage and red. Oh, that's a pretty one. Ooh, it draws over itself. You can kind of paint a little bit.
Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught up in what I was doing, I forgot all about
Oh,
it.
there's the quest marker. Yeah, what camera, honestly? Use the C stick to move the paintbrush, more like. Oh, you can adjust angles? Ah, that's kind of neat. Alright. Moving on. What are we looking at? What is this thing? What is that? Put that right back where we found it, in the corner there, and move on. Got another foot going off. Oh, Spidey's really excited. Also, wait. Where's our eyes? What's wrong with our leg? It looks melted. Wait. No, yeah, our leg just looks melted. We're really excited about something. We can see through our chest. There's a lot going on here. Let's try to individually pull these components out. Ooh. Every once in a while we do that wonderful thing. If you use OBS to capture the window, it occasionally adds transparency to it, so what you're seeing is the Spider-Man 2 pizza theme, which is YouTube underneath. Let's do that again. His foot melted. Yeah, it really does look like it melted. Look at that. Ugh. There we go. Back to normal. So we want to keep the shakes, so I'm going to put this on my stash. Actually, clear history, put this on the stash. So we know this is at the top. And then on the other half of the stockpile, we have everything else. So we're going to keep the foot melting. Let's try to sanitize those two. And I already messed this up. So, actually we kept both here, so that's fine. This one's the foot melting one, good.
Oh no.
Alright, and there we go. One mirror, right? Throw it on the stash. On the stockpile, and we'll call it. It reminds me of that. What movie is that? It's like
No. Dr. Connor's class.
man.
I got so caught up in what I was doing, I forgot all about it. It's gonna kill
I'm not gonna remember this name. It's gonna kill me now. Just like Spider-Man's gonna be killed by Dr. Connors. We're just gonna call it Melted Foot. There's a movie. It's like an animated movie, and they have this like substance that melts people. I don't know what I'm thinking of. Anyway, so let's get this one, and we're gonna get Spider-Man on dope. He's got like a bloodhound where he had to, you know, test some of the product on the streets to figure out if it was legit or not, and then he could sniff it out, but then he just had a little too much. Now he's just shaking. Withdrawal. Spiders have low tolerances. Have you tried to get a spider drunk before? Because let me tell you,
Oh no.
they're lightweights. 16 and 8. The shakes. He's got them shakes. Look at him though. Just
Oh no.
really happy. I feel like
Class. I got so caught up in what I was doing, I forgot all
I can't think of
about
any like songs that would fit this. It's like a dancing song. I don't know, like I have to match that beat. That's faster than you like pump a heart at if you're performing CPR. Like that's, you know, staying alive is that beat. And that's, I don't know how many beats per minute. That's faster than that. This is like, if you want to give the person that's already had a heart attack another heart attack, you beat this fast. It's just really cool outside. It's New York, you're not wrong. Maybe it's just like winter, and even though it's, you know, not snowing, it's just freezing. Here's our bystander. Let's finish sanitizing this. And there we go, send it to the stash. On the stockpile. What do we name this? We can call it either withdrawal,
Oh no.
being the non-PG route, or we go with chilly outside, the PG route.
I forgot all about it. It's gonna kill me.
I like withdrawal symptoms. And let's see if we can affect the ferocity? The violentness of his shakes. Because I hope we can. This one looks faster. He's just really giddy about something.
Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught up in what I was doing, I forgot
This is
all
what
about
I
it.
feel like when I have a new corruption stream coming up. Just really giddy. Chilly withdrawals. I like that much better. See, you coming up with those good names, man. I'm awful at naming. Chilly withdrawals.
Oh, no.
Very clever. The rate of oscillation. Oscillations are like circles, though, aren't they?
Connor's class. I got so caught up
Maybe
in
he's
what
doing
I
this in like a really circular motion. Oscillation. No, you might be right. I don't know the difference. I'd have to check that on myself. But either way, chilly withdrawals, we've got that. Let's try re-rolling melted foot. No. So it's gonna be like that little ankle. It really is like his ankle is, I don't know, drawn different, or drawn as an individual component. So like he really has parts to him, which is kind of cool, and that's why he can corrupt the individual parts.
I got so
Oh, oscillation is going up and down. Okay, yeah, you got me. All right. I don't know why I thought it was circles. I think I'm thinking of like when I did, I think pre-calculus, and we learned about like, what would that be called? Ooh, what is that name? Angular momentum is one thing I'm thinking of, but that's physics. Yeah, I don't know where I got that in my head from. But anyways, thank you. Today I learned. We still got melted foots. Let's do some combining. Let's throw some stuff together. Bring these corruptions together. So, we got chilly withdrawals. What would be good with chilly withdrawals? We could put Popab in here. Have very...
Oh no. Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught up in what I was doing, I forgot all about it.
Maybe, okay. We also could do concave back and you can just look like a junkie. Yeah, I kind of like that.
Oh no. Dr. Connor's class.
Let's throw
I
those
got so
together.
caught up in what I was doing. Oh no.
Withdrawal
Dr. Connor's
junkie.
class. I got so caught up in what I was doing, I forgot all
For the time being, I'm not going to remove any of the effects because we can always add the existing ones to ones later. So we're going to do this for like culmination corruptions. We'll put like a little hyphen there, I suppose.
Oh no. Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught up in what I
The
was
second is the
doing, I forgot all
SI
about
base unit of time. It is defined by, oh, those are a lot of numbers. Oscillations of the radiation corresponding to the transition between two levels of that atom. Oh my god, that is a very descriptive description. Where'd you pull that from? Way over my head, but thank you for providing context. Let's see. What would fit nicely together? How about melted foot? These two are very similar, aren't they? Yeah, they're on the same foot, so it's melted foot, but it's also
Oh no.
the angular ankle.
Dr. Connor's class.
Yeah, I don't know, those are really flexible.
What I was doing, I forgot all
The
about it.
actual physical laboratory is my favorite definition of what a second is. That's what a second is? You're joking! Oh, the second is the SI base unit of time. Now I get it. I think I read that without emphasizing a specific word. The word second. That's really cool. Where do I'm gonna screenshot that. Oh, actually, it's in my chat. I can just look at it later. That's a really cool definition. Thank you for sharing that. Now I have more appreciation for it. That's awesome. Now I'm gonna throw these together. What else can we do? Tiny dislocated feet. Can we add that with...
Oh no.
We don't have a lot. We have like a lot of feet ones, sadly.
I got so caught up in what I was doing, I forgot all about it. It's gonna kill me.
Angular. I think that'd be actually easy to pronounce. Instead of, because I can't have trouble pronouncing ankle.
Oh no.
Angular.
Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught up.
Let's go with that. But a lot of these are feet one. Like we have 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, 4 foot, 5 foot, 6 foot. And we need to like combine the feet ones with other ones. And at the moment, I don't have enough of those. Let's like throw all those together though. So flexibility and Spidey ballet, feet. We're gonna move leg up there. We're gonna move angular up there. And melted foot up there. That way we have some like kind of differentiation between the two, and we know we need to pair them that way. At least in my head, that's how it is. So we'll try that. Let's clear our history and do a couple more. Now I'm gonna keep an eye out for other stuff. Wow, wow! What is this thing? What is? He sounds like a T-Rex with really tiny arms, and he just made like a roar sound. Oh, look at those arms. They're flapping. They're flapping hard. Oh. Alright. And absolutely we're keeping that sound corruption, whatever in the world that thing is. So there's his tiny arms. We're gonna keep that one.
Oh no, Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught up in what
I think we can keep the original on the stash history, so that shouldn't be a problem. To keep the other effects. The Cassian-113 atom oscillates at a rate of 9, is that billion? 192, yep, 9,192,631,770 hertz. That is over 9 terahertz. That's a lot of hertz. That's an insane amount of hertz. I can't even picture anything that has, like I have a, what's that called, number numbness, where I can't associate 9 billion with anything that I can physically see in my head. I can do a couple million, because you know those big battle simulators with like say 1,000 goats or something like that, or a couple 100,000 goats. I can picture about that limit. That's probably my limitation though. 9 gigahertz. That was a giant. No, you're good. Very cool though. Very, very neat. And Spider-Man reminds me of a pigeon. That's what we're gonna call this. There we go. Googleology is great, man. Study of large number. Oh, I thought you meant Googleology in the sense of searching. I was like, I have Google Foo. I didn't know his name for it. Googleology. Is that how you pronounce that? Googleology. As you can tell, I'm terrible at pronouncing things. Wow, I've never heard of that before. That's really cool. Googleology. And there's a community dedicated to it. Well, if it's study, I imagine so. List of Googleisms. List of Googleism functions. I know I'm pronouncing this wrong too, but it's awesome. Outcomes from Googleplex. The most famous of the large numbers. The only very large number that I know off the top of my head. Okay, I'm going to keep this in a new tab. I'm going to look at this after stream. I only have Google News. Oh, I'm going to have so much trouble pronouncing this. But they have a bunch of news for it. They have links. They have an IRC chat. Am I? Okay, cool. I was worried that every time I said it was sounding worse and worse. Alright, here we go. Single memory right is here. Let's take a good look at them. Good look at those tiny little arms. I'm gonna name it after a pigeon, even though it's also definitely a T-Rex. Or it's like baby arms too. Punch them with your baby. Oh, let's go punch someone with our baby arms. Let's go find some lawbreakers. I don't even. There's an event. No. Does he actually run like this? This is your hero, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, hold up.
Nope. We're not doing that. Nope.
You know, fancy outfit, fights crime, building the building. Where's the swinging?
Where's the swinging? Why is this funny walk happening?
Say hurtful things that I'll regret later.
Never fear, citizens. This is
If you're swinging,
Spider-Man.
make some practice. I'm sure you can do it.
Sprinting. Yeah, okay, hold up. Yeah, he even noticed that there's something wrong. Oh. Have you ever heard of West of Loathing? In that game, they have a ability or a pickup or something like that that has a funny walk. That's instantly what this reminded me of.
Whoa, hang on. Stop the music. Cut.
Stop the music.
Okay, you and me, we need to have some nerves. The swing.
Is this still about walking?
You like it? You think you should?
I love the narrator. He's so fantastic in this game.
Is it the pressure? You got a little performance anxiety going on? That's alright.
Oh, cool. Thank you for that. Oh, which Discord are we associated with? Are you in the RTC Discord or are you over in Sky Coasters? Okay, I'm gonna save this one. So we're sending that to the stash. Throwing that on the stockpile. Odd Brew. Oh, Odd Brew! Oh, that's awesome! Well, fucking... Sorry to swear, but that's awesome. Cool, thank you for the DM. I hope I can accept that. Yep, I got the DM. Thank you for that. I will check that out right after the stream. Oh, I recognize your picture. Okay. Cool, alright. I was having trouble associating the name. I was like, I don't know where your name is from, I swear though. And I hadn't seen you here before, so you had to have heard about us from somewhere, so it was one of the Discords I'm associated with. But cool. Also, thanks for joining Aubrey, man. Yes! I remember seeing that in general. The car in 1 Hour, 1 Life. Which... 1 Hour, 1 Life is way above my head. I would still like to play it, but I don't think I'll ever be on Wasabi's level. Like, he is fantastic. Well, he's hilarious in 1 Hour, 1 Life. I don't know if he's fantastic at it. He does alright. Was that during his stream you made the car? What was the name of this? We're making it... Tiny Arms, how about... Spider Pigeon. And we'll put that up here. Oh, it was before it. Gotcha. Still very cool though. I think I've only ever seen him see one car in game, and that was it. I was thinking T-Rex arms. Either T-Rex or Pigeon. I was thinking Pigeon because he just walks in such a funny way.
Oh no, Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught up in what I was doing, I forgot all about it.
Stop right there, criminal scum. Oh, God. He kind of flaps when he falls. I'm gonna keep it with Spider Pigeon. But definitely, little tiny T-Rex arms. If we combine this with the, Oh, and they're like little stumps for hands. If we combine this with the roaring one, T-Rex Pigeon. Alright, we're naming it that. T-Rex Pigeon. Which would be an amazing chimera. Don't get me wrong. Alright, let's get this roaring sound effect, which I think is just the narrator slowed down. Well, unfortunately, we need to wait a couple seconds in order to hear it.
Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught
He's
up
got baby arms like Deadpool. Oh, that's right, he did have a little baby arms, didn't he? What was that? Yeah, Google that. Deadpool baby arms. Yeah, little tiny ones. I'm kind of lazy with my little meme window, but there we go. Those little baby arms. Oh, I call it Chimera because I have a friend named Chimera, and he just goes by that. It's the same spelling, but I'm pretty sure it's pronounced as you're typing it, Chimera. Actually, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, definitely Chimera, but I name it Chimera. There's a little baby arms. Put that back there. Go back to the void. Alright, and let's sanitize this a bit. So the unfortunate thing about this one is you have to wait a couple seconds until you can hear the corruption. I think it's if we hear cars, then the corruption doesn't persist. Well, no, because this one we hear cars. Yeah. Okay. So we just really have to wait for the voice to start. So it's a couple seconds. It's a little bit of wait in between, but I think it'll be alright.
Oh no, Dr. Connor's class.
200 memory writes.
Oh no, Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught up in what I was doing. Oh no.
Hey, Shadow.
Dr. Connor.
Oh yeah! Whoa! Look at that!
So caught up in what I was
I didn't even
doing,
notice that. Good eye.
it's gonna kill me.
That's really cool. Look at that thing. Oh, and it circles around you. Okay, we're gonna clear history now. Send this to the stash. That'll be on the stash as that one, and we'll sanitize that in a sec. Because we're unfortunate. I think we're gonna lose that effect.
Oh, no.
We are
Dr. Connor.
right now, but we're gonna absolutely keep that. There we go. I would have almost blown right by that. Thank you for pointing that out. 34. And you saw it through the Twitch compression, which is a feat of its own. For sure. And you also saw it off my streaming laptop, which even has more compression on it.
Oh no. Dr. Connor's class.
Alright, 4 to go.
Oh no. Dr. Connor's class.
And 1 to go.
Oh no. Dr. Connor.
Alright, single member right, throw it on the stash. Stockpile. We'll call this dinosaurs noises for now. When we combine it with something else, we'll have a clever name for it. But let's keep the shadow corruption. Now we need a name for the shadow one. That one I'm on the fence about. I have. Sometimes I feel like someone is, or why does it always feel like someone's watching me? What's the name of that song? I always feel like someone's watching me. Is the actual name of the song? Somebody's watching me. Alright. But I don't think it's a very clever name. Negative Spider-Man? Eh. Alright. Throw that on the stash. Naming time, let's do...
Oh no. Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught up in what I was doing.
This might be another one we could just combine with something else. We'll do Negative Spider-Man for the time being. Very cool effect though. Love it. Alright. And let's re-roll that one. No, no differences there. Let's re-roll dinosaur noises. I was hoping it might affect the pitch, so maybe we'll have a faster or slower. Maybe we'll get a... Yep, Alvin and the Chipmunks. That's what I was waiting for. Very annoying though. But the music sounds wonderful. So let's keep that. Spider-Man 2 times? Kinda. Works. Yeah. And that's it for that. T-Rex Pigeon, we didn't re-roll this one. Really big arms. Oh, they're little tiny baby arms.
I got so caught up in what I was doing.
How does that even happen? The, which one? The shadow one or the music one? Or I guess the sound music one. This one, he holds it above his arms. Or he holds his arms above his head. Which also looks super funny. Music. So that one was... That's a good question, actually. Probably... I'm imagining we're corrupting some variable that controls the speed of all text and all sound and all that kind of stuff. Why there's a variable controlling that in the first place, I'm not sure, but that variable is probably just a simple value that's set to maybe like 1 times, and everything's played at 1 times playback or something like that. And it's doubling that, since it's not only voice audio, but it's also game audio and all that kind of stuff. That's my best bet. Without going into the code and taking a look at like the references and debugging and stuff like that, I wouldn't be able to guess. Or I wouldn't be able to give a definitive answer on that. Look at these swole arms. Possible debug. Actually, yeah, that's a really good point. It is probably a possible debug feature. Like, they might have utilized it for something. There might be sections in the game where they actually did need to speed up the audio for some reason. Like, maybe there's a song that was particularly slow and they needed to speed it up. I have no clue why they would need to do that. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe a sound file needed to be sped up. Just random guesses, though. I wouldn't be able to guess. This guy has inflatable arms like SpongeBob. You're right. Oh, what were those called? He had a name for it. Was it just inflatable arms? I think it was. Muscle bog. Muscle bog. Buff pants, really? Anchor arms. That was what I was thinking of. That was his name. Or no, it was the episode name. Yeah, episode name. Alright. But, anchor arms. Let's throw that on the stockpile. Spidey's anchor arms. Now I'm curious. Will we have a swole shadow? Yes, we will. But it's very hard to see because of how big we are.
Oh no.
Unfortunately. Alright. Now we gotta jump.
Oh no. I got so caught up in what I was doing, I forgot all about it. It's gonna kill me.
Spidey's coming to either, like, bring justice or steal your girl. I don't know. You just kind of let him do whatever. I mean, shoot. Do you want to mess with this guy? I don't think I want to mess with this guy. Who's that? It's that sand guy. What's his name? It's the, Is it just Sandman? It is just Sandman, isn't it? Yep. Because he's kind of like gigantic or like buff like he is now, or like Spider-Man is. Imagine facing the Sandman as this. Like, he's been training up, he's been grinding out those levels. Take on the Sandman with those arms. Let's try re-rolling a couple more times. Tiny baby arms. Baby arms. Swole. Oh, so swole. You can't even see his face. There it is. Once again, do you measure him by his actual height or his bicep height? Alright, moving on, we're going to do a fresh corruption here. Now, move that out of the way a little bit. There we go. That's kind of cool. You can see all the streets. Oh, kind of. Jesus. You can see which buildings are like constantly in the view, which is, what building is that? Is that the Empire State? Yeah. You can always see the Empire State. Even when you're looking away from the camera, it doesn't deload it. Because that is iconic. Reroll this. Can we get any other effect out of it? Kind of cool to see the cityscape loaded like that. Alright, moving on. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my god! I had to take my headphones off because that was so loud. I have a compressor on the stream, so it won't be as loud for you guys. I actually see the volume. It's very reasonable, but man, that blasted my ears. What happened? Jesus, Spidey. Come on. Alright, that's gonna go glitching out. I don't know if I want to keep this one. Can we re-roll it? Oh, blackened out. No, not really. Let's do it again. I think this is the menu system, if I'm not wrong. Wait. Let me just do a 0 corruption, so load a save state. No, I switch to these menus. It is! Oh, how about that? Because listen to this sound effect. And then listen to this corruption. And I'm not hitting anything, so it's just shifting through the menu system, and stuff's deloading because I think you're in the pause menu, so it doesn't need to load everything. It can kind of make it look cheap. Since I mean, there's no point in that. That's kind of cool, alright. Anyways, nothing to keep there though, just kind of a neat listening sound corruption. There's another one of those seeing far in the cityscape ones. This kind of reminds me of those like childhood placemats with all the little roads on them and you can drive around in your little car. Lots of flashing effects though. Some Spidey PTSD. Ooh, this one you can see inside buildings, which is very neat. Also, our map's a little bit off. North. Thank you. One of the games you corrupt for stream. I do anything from NES, so the original NES, all the way to... I'm gonna say Wii, however, I like doing the original Xbox corruptions, which is technically, I'm gonna say uncorruptible, very difficult to do corruptions for that. And I'd like to start experimenting with 360 corruptions, but I would say more generally, my stable, good corruption streams are from NES to Wii. Those are all very doable, and if anyone were to suggest a game within that range, I'm absolutely open to doing it if they're curious about the kind of corruptions that come from it. I just had a couple days ago, Sky Coasterman had suggested a game for the Sega CD, which I had never even had a Sega CD console, nor played any game for it. But it turned out I corrupted extremely well. It was Sewer Shark, which was a lot of fun to corrupt, and he enjoyed it, and it was a good time. Genesis, yep, I've done some Genesis. I mean, of course, I've done, you know, Sonic and stuff like that. Not a lot of Genesis games, though, so I'm down to do some more, if anyone has any suggestions for it. The only type of game that usually doesn't corrupt too well, like action, of course, corrupts well, because you can just jump right in. Games that don't corrupt well are usually driving games, just because the car itself usually isn't interesting as a character model, and any RPG usually doesn't corrupt too well. Also, I do PC game corruptions, which are very less stable. They take a lot longer, and usually the results aren't as interesting. So I've done like Oddworld for the PC, because even though they had a PlayStation 1 release, I did the PC version, it didn't corrupt too well. Stardew Valley, stuff like that. Streets of Rage. Streets of Rage. Why does that sound familiar? Streets of Rage. I'm thinking of Streets of Rogue is what I'm thinking of. Streets of Rage. Oh yeah, absolutely. I haven't actually done a fighting game, and I would love to do a fighting game. So yeah, Streets of Rage 2. I'm gonna put that on my list. I will post a link in Oddbrew when I stream that. I usually... Do I put the name? Yeah, I usually put the name of the stream anyways. But yeah, Streets of Rage 2. I think I have a nice way to put this. I'm gonna put my desktop in a file. There we go. To stream file. For Genesis. Cool, thank you for the suggestion. I will definitely check that out. Usually before the stream I do a little bit of preliminary work to make sure that the game does corrupt well, and that's usually like, I'm probably watching live PD or something like that and doing that on the side before I decide what I'm doing for the night. And if it corrupts well, then I'll definitely stream it. If it doesn't corrupt too well, I usually mention like, oh hey, I tried this and this and this, and it didn't corrupt too well, this is why. The message box in the game just put rar? What's that? Oh wait, this one did. Wait. I missed that. And did I click the history already? No, this one did. Oh, it might have been kind of far away though. Oh, that's right, it did. Okay, I remember seeing that. I didn't think I acknowledged it. It was... Yep, there it is. Rar. I didn't even see that. Yeah, let's screenshot that. That's a new one we're gonna put in our meme window. There we go. It's trying to tell you something. Alright, moving on. Ooh. If there's one type of corruption that I love, it's shadow or color palette colorations. Like this one I love because it's a blue teal building and it's a very neat color, and I love changing colors on stuff. I'm not gonna keep it, I just love it. I also want to re-roll it while I'm here. Orange, red. Oh, that's a cool red. Look at that red. Also, what is this one? Oh, it's another leg corruption. Alright, we've seen that. It's a nice blood red. And anything else out of this? Lots of funky legs. Teal again. Alright. I had my fun with my colors. Oh yeah, I have it right down there at the bottom left. I took a little screenshot and stuck it on the window. That's kind of cool that it was spelled out with the GameCube buttons. Maybe it's trying to talk to us. It's being sentient. So, you know when sometimes, like it's an occasional saying, I would never do this, but you know when you see like a really terrible, horrifying looking spider and you say, you know, you want to burn it with fire? This is something I would want to burn with fire if I saw this coming at me. Look at that movement. If that was an apartment building, I would absolutely burn that apartment building down. No, that's awful to say. If it was in my house, I would burn it down, not an apartment. Other people live there. I would evacuate the building and call my local authorities to remove this object from the building. Alright, let's sanitize it. I would like to keep this effect, no matter how horrifying it is. We can name it after... I'm doing a lot of Silent Hill references. You can name it after the mannequins in Silent Hill. Nope, there's the one-legged hero.
Oh no, Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught up in what I was doing, I forgot all about it. It's gonna kill me.
This is a multi-corruption, so it's kind of hard to keep both the effects. We want this effect, plus we want the one-leg effect. We gotta try to keep them together. Or we can sanitize one, throw it on the stash, sanitize the other, throw that on the stash. Or we can keep trying to get both in the same 50%, which we're gonna do instead because it's not, I think it's only 2 memory writes.
Oh, no.
There we go, 34.
Oh no.
17. At this point, I could probably just manually enable and disable them, but we're almost there. Okay, I think we need both of these to be here in order for this effect to happen. Yeah, one is the leg, and the other one is like the rest of the torso. Alright, there we go. Send a stash, throw on stockpile, and we'll call it... I don't know how to spell mannequin.
Dr. Connor's class.
Mannequin.
I got so caught up
There
in
we
what
go.
I was doing, I forgot all about it. It's gonna kill me.
Mannequin. Alright, and a reroll. Got some exploding models. And one-legged. Well, he's kind of off kilter a little bit. He's kind of always standing on an invisible rock. He's got really very large ankles because of it. Works out those ankles. Alright, let's do some finalizing some of our corruptions. We have a lot on our stockpile, which is kind of nice. We're going to throw them all sort of together, see what we can combine, see what we want to throw out. Let's do... Mannequin we can combine with with dinosaur noises. Adds the sort of creepy effect of it. Yeah, that's good. I would like one coloration effect, but I didn't run into too many. Like, it would be like good if we had a fog effect for this. That'd be fantastic, but we'll call it. I'm just gonna keep it as mannequin. I'm happy with it. Mannequin. And we can remove this one without the sound effect on it. For dinosaur noises, we also want to combine that with, of course, T-Rex pigeon. T-Rex pigeon. There we go. Remove T-Rex pigeon the original, and
Oh no.
that's it. Click it on. Chili withdrawals, we combine this with the junkie one, right?
Oh no.
No, we didn't.
Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught up in what I was doing, I forgot all about it.
Concave. That was what I was thinking of. Combine those two together. We'll call this
Oh no. Dr. Connor's class.
junkie
I got
withdrawals.
so caught up in what I was doing, I forgot all
Remove chili and concave back. Chest air cape, can we mix this with anything? We could just like do kind of a silly one. Like mix this one and Popat together. Oh, they don't mix it. Oh, that's right, because they came from the same corruption. They're rerolls of each other. So those can't mix together. How about these two? No.
Oh no.
Oh, because Junkie Withdrawals already has the back corruption on it. Alright.
So caught up.
No luck there. You know, I think chest hair cape, even though it was funny at the time, I don't think we have anything we can mix it with.
Oh no. Dr.
We'll leave it there, just keep the stockpile kind of full. But towards the end of the month, I think of this month, I'm going to do a sort of culmination stockpile where I throw all of them together. I'll do a sort of month review, and we'll remove some of the ones that are like, they were nice at the time, but in terms of like a finalized stockpile, we may remove them. But we'll keep the individual stockpiles, like this one, we'll keep it in here, and for that finalized version, we'll remove it from that one. That way we have the two versions. Because I still like it. It's good to keep there. And I think the same goes for Popat. Like, I like Popat. It also kind of looks like a tombstone on his back. But
Dr. Connor's class.
we may remove that in the finalized version, but we'll keep it for now. Otherwise, yeah, angular, melted foot, stanky leg. I like all these. Tiny dislocated feet. We could probably mix this one with
Oh no.
T-Rex pigeon. Let's try that. Yeah, there we go. That was just like baby appendages, which is horrifying. Baby, let's do that. And spell appendages. What about just Spider Baby? I'll put that up there with tiny dislocated feet. We can remove that one since we combined the two. And that one was also combined with the T-Rex pigeon, so we don't need to remove that one.
I got so caught up in what I was
Hey, hey.
doing, I forgot all about it.
What's going on? Oh, I'm gonna have trouble pronouncing your name too, man. Wait, that was your other account though, wasn't it? Tier... Wait, now I gotta go back through the history here. Let me see. Yeah, you're just trying to trick me. That's, I was gonna try to say tier, but that's not it. Charlock. Charlock. Yes, that's the one. What's going on, Charlock? Also... Nos. Moss. I had to think of the name. Oh, you updated it. Oh, that's awesome. Alright, so that worked out alright. Heck yeah. Created in 2015, too. That's an old account. That's cool that you get to keep the old account, so then it looks like it isn't a brand new, fresh account, you know? It's an older one. Had to do it through mobile. Oh, that's weird. Was it you were having trouble on mobile originally, or like you'd only worked on mobile? Also, let's see if we can mix Big Feet and
Dr. Connor's class. I got so
anchor arms together. While we can, the question isn't whether we can, it's whether we should. Draw on desktop, which is what I use. Really? So that's actually really good news. Okay. I have the Twitch app on my phone, and I will now refer people to the Twitch app on mobile in case they need to change their name. That's a good suggestion. Thank you for that. I would have no clue otherwise, though. That's interesting that you have to go there. I imagine they just make it easier on mobile, because mobile's already kind of hard to use. Desktop, there's a lot of confusing stuff on desktop. It took me a while to get into the hang of it. Alright, so I don't want to mix these two together. Flexibility, I like this one, but you just need something with it.
Oh no.
How do we get this one Popat? Yeah, now he's just an angelic Pope.
Oh no, Dr. Connor's glass.
Let's just combine this with the Pope hat. Ooh, that scared me. Hey, thank you for the follow. Kitlin, is that how I pronounce your name?
Caught up in what I was doing, I forgot all about it.
Kitlin. Thank you for the follow, though. I appreciate that. I'm so bad with pronouncing names. We're gonna call this like angelic Pope hat. Because not only is it a Pope hat, it's just now he's risen above the role of Pope. Using Chrome desktop. Wait, you're using desktop mode on Chrome for Android to do it. Oh, really? What a weird workaround. Alright, I get it. So you had to. I see what you mean. Okay. What's going on with Wasabi Tonic? Good to see you. And I said it just right? Awesome. What's going on, Gillen? Good to hear from you. Yeah, we had a good number of these, so I'm going to remove Pope Hat, and I'm going to do a quick rundown of what we got for the stockpile, and we'll start to wrap it up for the night.
Oh no.
So, starting from the top, we got Spidey the Ballet Dancer, the very first corruption this evening. Well, one of the first corruptions, one of the first ones we kept, I should say. Where's his legs going off in the distance? It kind of reminds me of a ballet dancer. We have, you know what they say about big feet? Big socks.
Dr. Connor's glass.
Big uniform. What is Spidey even wearing? I guess a uniform. Spandex uniform. We got Spider Baby, where if you look at his hands and feet, he's got just horrifyingly small appendages. This is your superhero, ladies and gentlemen. Baby Spider-Man coming to cry in the villain's ears. Look at that walk. Look at that walk. We have the Stanky leg. Because, you know, you gotta have that. He's, you know, he's repping in the streets. That's what he needs to show. We got Melted Foot, where he got bit in the foot to get his powers. And it just so happened to have melted his foot. Like, he still got the Spider-Man powers, which is pretty cool, but, I mean, he also has that. So that's a little depressing. We got Angular, one of many names given to us by... Now I gotta pronounce you by your other name. Just got used to the other one. I gotta scroll up. Charlock. Given to us by Charlock. Thank you, Charlock. Which, if you look at his ankle there, look at that ankle. That is an angular ankle. Angular. We have Free Falling, where Spider-Man is constantly free falling. Can't jump up. Can't do anything like that. And if you fall like a stone to the ground... Oh god, you actually broke through the water. I was gonna say, you land kind of hard. I didn't think you'd just break through the floor. Let's try it again, shall we? You just land kind of hard on your like ankle and it breaks through the floor. So that's cool. And if you swing, you might fall through the floor again. Yeah, kind of that walk, whatever that thing is. Alright. We got chest hair cape, where your hair, well, I should say your cape, which every superhero has to have a cape, as stated by... I'm going to repeat it so many times, I'm going to get so good at it. Charlock. Every hero has to have their cape, and Spider-Man just happened to have made his out of chest hair. So that's cool. It's a very important cape. We got Angelic Pope Hat, one of the last ones we just created, where he has a Pope Hat above him. But he's angelic because he's floating. He's reached a higher level of Pope status. We got Junkie Withdrawals, where Spider-Man's just shaking a little bit. He's having those withdrawals. It's too cold out. He's freezing. He has a concave back. He's a junkie. T-Rex Pigeon, where this is one of our first audio corruptions that we ran into, when he has sort of those T-Rex arms. Also kind of flies like a pigeon. Still flapping. Oh, if we can get the text box out of the way. Oh, he also has this wonderful walk. So, if this chases you down, you know, run. Run faster than you ever ran before. Oh, it also crashed there. How about that? Wait, I'm sorry. Palpal is the adjective form of the Pope? Really? For the Pope? I did not know that. Also, I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. Palpal? Palpal. PayPal is what Google suggests for that. Yes, the PayPal Pope. Oh, man. But thank you. What did I put on here? Angelic Pope hat. Should I say Papal hat? Papal?
Oh no. Dr. Connor's class.
I may be offending someone with this, and I am so sorry if I am.
All about it. It's gonna kill me.
So technically, if I was being correct, I would say Angelic Papal hat, but I'm still saying Angelic Pope hat because it's a Pope hat, which is awful to say, I know, but I love saying Pope hat. We also, moving down, we got Dinosaurs Noises. I'm going to remove this one off the stockpile since we combined this with so many other ones. We have, this one was a cool one that we got pointed out by Charlock.
Dr. Connor's class.
I had to scroll up to check the name.
So caught up in
Is if you take a look at this, look at the little Spider-Man there circling us. It's like a little negative version of him, where the model art that Spider-Man is also included in the shadow. It runs with you. People. Oh, people! That's how you pronounce it. It's a mix of between PayPal and paper. People. Thank you. Now I'm going to be able to, like, pronounce that properly in front of people and act like I know how to say it properly, and man, people are going to be so proud of me. Me and my people terms. I don't know why I'm laughing about that. Anyways, there's negative Spider-Man. We got a second Spider-Man on screen. Spider-Man 2 times, which is just all the audio, including the music, is doubled. Alvin and the Chipmunks. The music is the real fun part of this. Also, we haven't heard the webs. Let's hear that. Oh, the webs! I think are normal. Maybe they're not. Yeah, they sound normal. Huh. Pa 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 pa. Either way, wonderful music. We have... Oh, this is the Draw Junkie. So we actually did grade this. Let me delete that other one. This one. I like Junkie withdrawals better, so we're going to remove this one, actually. Then we got Spidey's anchor arms, which if you're a fan of SpongeBob, you know what the anchor arms are. Those fantastic feats. Those muscles. They totally look like him, too. God. And his hands are kind of, like, messed up, but don't worry about his hands. He's hitting you with his muscles. You don't punch with your hands when you have muscles, you hit him with your muscles. Just slap him against. And the last one of the evening, we have Mannequin, which is just a Silent Hill reference if you've ever played that. Or that's what it made me think of at the very least. Same with the noise, it just kind of looks like one of those little mannequin guys. And yeah, that is, for the time being, Spider-Man 2. However, I definitely plan on returning to this because there's also, oh wait, let's see him climb the building with this thing. You hear that noise? What's that noise? Yeah, that Spidey anchor arms is from you. Thank you for that. What is that little noise? I can tell you had a good childhood because of that. Anyone who had SpongeBob. And Cartoon Network classics, man. Now I go back and watch all those Cartoon Network classics. That was on Nickelodeon, but back in the days, Nickelodeon was good. Alright, and that's them for the evening. So that is usually my format of the streams for anyone who's new here. I'm going to quickly save this stockpile. So what I normally do, and if there's an interest in this, I may bring this back. In the past, I would upload these stockpiles so that people may download them after I finish streaming. I just put it on the YouTube channel. None of them were being downloaded. I put bit.ly links on them to see if anyone was visiting them, and they weren't really being used at the time. Oh, sorry, this taxi's trying to get by. So if people are interested in that, maybe just DM me on Discord if you want to like grab the stockpile and you want to edit it or add your own stuff. Feel free, I am totally okay with that. I don't think I'm going to put it on YouTube just because, you know, you have to create a bit.ly link, you have to upload the drive, you have to make sure it's sanitized, it doesn't have any files in it, and I'm not distributing ROMs or anything like that. A whole mess of stuff. But let me save this stockpile. We'll go over it in future dates. Spider-Man 2, what day's today? The 12th of January. Alright, and make sure that's saved. And we'll go and switch scenes here. And pause this music, or the game music. And pull up some music. We're gonna do some funk, as per normal, because I've been in a funk mood lately. We're gonna do Too Mellow, which is gonna start playing automatically, but we're gonna choose a song. We're gonna do Say Something. This is from Too Mellow, Memories of Tokyoto, tribute to Jet Set Radio, and I played this a lot on my streams because I love this music. But yeah, we're gonna find someone to host. I'm gonna spend a little bit of time on the retro page trying to find someone to host because I'm usually a little picky. Not in a bad way, I just want to stick around for like half an hour or so. But yeah, thank you for everyone who was able to stop by. Thank you for all the new viewers and all those follows and all the talking and chatting, and I love it because I get to talk to some new people, which is always fun, so I always appreciate it. And yeah, I'm gonna mute myself here, but I'll pop in right before I switch over.
Adjust my aim by degrees. I see you breaking the rules before you know what they be. I'll see you taking for rides while I am giving the keys, because success loves to hide, but failure wants to be seen. But I won't give it the pleasure. I'm rising measure by measure. I'm making money by minutes, but keeping grip on my tether. I'm whipping the competition, collecting more hearts than Castlevania. Hit me to catch the jet set mania. You like the sound, say something. Bring a little closer now. Say something. Hard warm with the cold style. Say something. Transform, then we roll out. Say something. When you see me in the street, say something. If you like the fresh beats, pay something. New ideas each and every day. Say something. Hey. I know they're gonna say something about how I'm rapping again. Most that grab my album don't know how I be grabbing the pen. I come and stab them again, they can't get mad at the kid. Just go look at what I did, but at the grind and you're scared. It's just the biz, money talks, I only listen when I spend. Just to live, then I go and
We're gonna be hosting the Jub Jub, if anyone's familiar with that guy. He's doing Mario Kart 8, so he's not doing retro. So if you're down for retro, check out some people in retro. We got a lot of people streaming tonight. But we're gonna do some Mario Kart 8, show a little love to the Jub Jub guy. He's just getting started, so I'm gonna wait till he actually gets started before I rate him. Maybe right when he starts up. But yeah, hang out, listen to music, chill out for a bit, and we'll go and switch over in just a moment.
If you feel it and you like the sound, say something. Bring a little closer now. Say something. Hard warm with the cold style. Say something. Transform, then we roll out. Say something. When you see me in the street, say something. If you like the fresh beats, pay something. New ideas each and every day. Say something. Sometimes, actually a lot of times, actually never, people come up to me on the street and they say, hey, that guy raps. And I'm like, yeah, I am. And they ask, hey, could you freestyle something for me real quick? You know, just real quick to prove your worth as a human being and as an artist. And I'm like, no, I can't actually, but I can dramatically arrange 7 to 10 layers of mouth sounds to make an entire instrumental. I can do that. I have a very talented mouth, and I can do it on my phone right now. And would you like me to do that? And they say, no. And I walk away.